line is that your bio body will fight against positive energies because it feels it as an assault to the body, even if it's good. If you take too much vitamin C, it's toxic to a degree because your body has to work hard to kick it out because you can't absorb it all. And that goes for any supplements, regardless of whether they're good for you or not. So the actual ability to use this as a flashing device, and what I usually do is rotate this. One day I flash, and of course, let me see if we can show that. So one day I do that, and then the next day when I use it, or even during the day, if I use it twice, I rotate between constant on and flashing. So that's a nice feature for this, and it does have its uses. Don't just say, oh, it doesn't matter. It does matter because you can do that. Now, here we have it again. There's the host. This means that it's going out to the cord. Annex. Host means the main thing in the back, and you can see that here. You also, and here we are, I've switched over to the annex, meaning it's going out, it's going to the output jack only. So guess what? Nothing is coming here. So you got to be careful you don't have it running on annex because you're not going to get any of the effects. But you can see these lights even when they're on you, and I will show you. And that's it. Your change then goes back. You can use both if you want to run a line and use it for pumping energy into a particular area of your biosystem. You can have both on like this, which means the energy is going out the jack and it's also in the back here. So if you want to do that. So it's very simple. Just play with it. Don't be afraid of it. Just go in there and play with the settings. You generally don't need to have annex on. You just want to make sure that the lights are on, and you're going to be able to see that, and we'll show you here in a minute. If you're using it for other things or even after a while, you may want to go up to larger settings. There's 20 minutes. I generally, when I use it for health areas, I usually put it on for at least 30 minutes. But again, you have to find out if you have some sort of health condition or other things, see how it feels. Nothing is innate if it works. If something works, if something can heal, it can hurt. I mean, that's an old saying in the healing industry. So the whole idea is you can go up to, what is it? You can go up to an hour of wearing this if you want to for other things. And theoretically, I mean, if you want to pump energy into you of that amount, well, you have to just see. I mean, you could put the amulet and have it on there for long periods of time. But it's very simple. I mean, basically, you've got your typical on and off button here. You've got your mode, and you've got your change. So it's very, very simple, and the change generally is a time-based. So let's show. I'm gonna show you how this works. So here you go. How they like being. So you put this on, and remember, this is kind of into you, away from your thumb. It's very simple little Velcro band. I've used these for years. They seem to work well. They hold up. The Velcro band seems to be, I mean, it's quality unit. So now it's on you, and you should leave it, that's probably a little too tight. Let's leave it a little loose here because we're going to insert the actual amulet there. So what we've got, it's a little loose. I hope people can kind of see that. See how it's a little loose? Generally, you snug it up a little. But we're going to put in our amulet here. So we're going to send dragon energy into you. Now, this is very advanced. I've used these for years. Nobody else does it because they're stupid. I am not. So what you generally do, though, is you're going to put the energy of the dragon down so the energy shoots into you and goes directly in you greater. That means your picture is facing forward here. I hope we can see all this. And you just insert it under. Did everybody get that? I mean, it can't be any easier here. You insert it under. Don't worry about exact placement here. Then what I do is I snug it up a little. Okay? Just to make sure it's held in there so it just doesn't fall out. You're done. Now you just go through the process. You turn it on. sure I can. You set the actual, it's hard to see this here. You put it on host. You then go to the timer, which again is the on and off button, I should say, and go to 10 minutes. Now, once you get to the time, it'll start counting down automatically. See how that changed over? I hope everybody was able to see that. We're not getting very good vision here. Now, this is the flashing button, and you'll see that, get here. We'll see that we actually, where it says host there is flashing. Now, if we don't want it to flash, we click it again. And you can hear the little beeps. Now, this is on steady. And again, it's hard to see. Okay, here we go. Maybe I should just get a little closer. You'll see that these lights are steady. That means it's not flashing. It's staying on. Now, if you want flashing, you go back to the mode. And you press it again. You'll hear a beep again. Now it's flashing. Just as simple as that. And you've got the time running down, and you can adjust things while the time is running. It's not important. Doesn't have to be perfect there. So if you want to change, even if you want to get, maybe you want to have 5 minutes of flashing and 5 minutes of not. I mean, that's another way to do it. So let's put it on steady here. I hope you heard that little beep, because every time you put in another which is actual, you may have to press it twice, but when you activate it, it beeps. And of course, the change goes to, again, for the annex. That's for going outside only, and you won't see any lights. This is both, and you can leave it like that. I mean, it doesn't drain much power if you want to, but you can, that way you have it going out there and you have all the lights here and there. I kind of like that. It looks pretty. But generally, you leave it on annex, and now the lights are on steady. I hope everybody can see that. Now, what I've done is started it over here. And again, if you use a little less or a little longer, it doesn't matter unless you're having some sort of physical reaction to it. And of course, you know, these energies are stronger than people think they are. So it's something that you have to be cognizant of. Are you having a problem with it? But here we go. Now, you should be able to, and you can see if the lights are on. You know, this isn't tight to the point where you can't see lights, but these are very bright lights. So you can see these. You can see this. It's always difficult to get a camera angle. You can see that the lights are activated. Now, if you wanted to get the blinking on, well, you can see the same thing. Now you've got the blinking lights on. And it's as simple as that. Now you're sending that energy in there. You got the potent energy. Again, all the energies are there. If you're not getting the kind of results you want with iJUS tools, it's because of the fact that you're not getting connecting to the energy or getting it into you at a great enough rate. Let's put this back on steady. Simple as that. And just play with it. There's no problem. Play with the lights, everything else. The only thing you don't want to do is, as I said, look at the lights directly. Try and avoid that. These aren't as bad as laser pointers, but they are bright. All you've done is taken the amulet and inserted the amulet